Hey guys, welcome back. Let me do that there. Welcome to the stream, or if you're watching this on YouTube, welcome back to the video. We're continuing the build on this guy. This is the Sikorsky CH-53 GS/S by Revell. Skill level 5, which means nothing except you get a nice colorful full color instruction booklet. Yippee. Here we have it. What part is this? I think this might be part 4. Could be part 5. I don't know. I've had a little bit of soju today, so I'm not really up there. But anyway, that's all good and fine. I'm hoping that my sound is better this time. I noticed on a couple of my past videos, it almost sounds like, I don't know, like I'm in a tunnel or something, and you can hardly hear me talking, and that really sucks. I wanted something better, so I went and bought myself another mic, an actual dedicated microphone, instead of using the ones that are on the cameras. So yeah, so I got myself one of these guys. Ooh, nice bright red. Yeah, I'm just going to keep that off the camera there and hope that this is good enough. Still have my music going in the background, so there we go. So let's see, where were we? Last time we did a bunch of painting, and we did the dark ghost gray along the top here and along the top there. It's going to be kind of hard to tell. I think you can tell better on this camera maybe. You can see the distinctive line right there, right? And you can see it almost looks like I've got a lighter gray outline along the windows. That's only because you're seeing the difference between the dark ghost gray and the light ghost gray. Okay? You can also see the distinctive line right there. And that's the whole point of it. What you don't get to see too much of is the difference between the side here, all along here, and the top. Although I can see it, there's a definitive line that goes along there. The camera doesn't really pick it up much. You can kind of get it if I get it at the right angle, like right there. You can see it on this camera here, or I guess this one. How do I do that? This one. I've also done on the top of these. I've done that all in the dark ghost gray also. And the little spot right there, which they do, for whatever reason, they only do that little spot on the tanks. You can see it on this one too. And that's kind of where we are now. I did the engines. I got those assembled. And so how I did these little markings all along here is I just took my dark gray panel line accent color and I just kind of went along theirs. There's all these tiny little bumps that they've done for the detail on there, and so I just kind of took the brush and just went in between the little dots in there. I don't think the camera will pick them up at all, especially now. It doesn't work. I can't show you, unfortunately. It's just the way it is. I also did the dark ghost gray across the top in this little section here, which you might be able to pick up. Oh, definitely I picked that up on the camera there. You can see it there, distinct line. It goes across there, but not on this part. It's only here, and then it goes along here and across the top on that. And then you just leave it the light ghost gray on the bottom there. That's where we're at. Yeah, I think the next step is to put the engines on and actually put them on the helicopter. I think that was actually the next step last time, but I wound up having to do all that dark ghost gray color along here because the engines go on the sides like this. I'll do yours on from your perspective if I can keep from breaking it. It goes on there like this and sits like that, and it would have been a nightmare to try and get the dark ghost gray underneath of it like it's supposed to, underneath that part there. So it was like, oh yeah, I'm all ready to put the engines on. Well, actually no, I have to paint this first, and that's what the last one was all about, was painting that. Okay, so I need to get these little pieces here that are going to go, see those little 3 dots right there? One of them is taken up by that piece there, right there. If you can get it, you can see it there. And then there's another piece that gets glued on, number 47. Number 47. Where are you, number 47? Are you on this one? I don't think so. Nope. So I gotta find number 47. Now I painted them. And I think they're here. Yes, number 47, these 2 guys. So, grab those. I'm running out of room here. The drawback to having all this stuff for streaming is it takes up all the room for modeling. But it's the price you pay, right? I hope this new mic does the trick and you can hear me a lot better on what I have to say. Not that anything I have to say is really all that interesting, but still, it seems like audio issues have plagued me and my videos from time to time. At first I didn't know why. Every now and then my videos would just have no sound, or the sound would just be crazy crackling sound throughout the whole thing, and you couldn't understand or hear anything I said. And for the longest time it was like, well, why? It seemed to be random. Seemed to be no rhyme or reason why. I would do a test and just record a video, you know, just for a minute or so, and talk, and everything would be fine. And then I would go the next day and broadcast, and all of a sudden I got shit audio. So I don't know why. Well, I did finally determine it was because my computer was trying to run multiple mics at the same time, even microphones that weren't plugged in at all. Of course, the cameras, they have the 2 cameras, they've got their own mics, and I don't know, maybe they were conflicting with each other, or whatever, but I got that all sorted out, hopefully anyway. Okay, so they just basically want this piece to go on there so that you've got 3 points of connection instead of just 1. So this one goes on this side, and I've got to go that in there, go that in there, yeah, go that in there, and then this piece goes down on there. So I think I will glue the engine on first, and then put this piece down in there and let it sit where it's supposed to. So let's get some glue on the main part, and this little guy. Okay. And then I'll use my tweezers, and I should be able to put that there, a couple little dots on there, and I should, in theory, in theory, be able to get that in there. And I cannot. So I'll have to put this down. Pull that off. Because that ain't gonna work. Put that piece in there first. Reapply some glue, including right there. Hold that in place like that for a moment and blow on it in hopes that it fixes that. Hey Kevster, how are you? I haven't seen you online. I think our schedules don't really sync up very well. I don't see you on very much. Okay. So that, my arm's sticking to it. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. 3 a.m. Yeah, it's just 10 after 6 here in the evening. So, yeah, that might explain why I don't see you on much. Okay, so we got one side put on. Now we'll do the other side. And having learned my lesson, I will put this on first. Sit like that. I streamed earlier. I started at 10 a.m. Yeah, at 10 a.m. this morning I was out doing some grocery shopping, so yeah, it's kind of hard to watch. All right, let's get some glue on this and on there and there. Let's hope this side is as successful. To lift that out and put that in its spot. There we go. Oh, it just broke it. A little too much force, but that's okay. I can glue that back on it. Nobody will know the difference. All right, it's done. Yeah, it has cooled off. We had quite the heat wave here about a week ago, and basically like a good 10 degrees higher than what we're used to here. But it's definitely cooled off. We were up in the 40-degree range Celsius for a while. We actually had a town in the next province 90% burnt down. They had they had a thunderstorm out there and a bunch of lightning strikes, and the fires just went, yeah, Lytton, exactly. It's gone. It's crazy. Yeah, Aldergrove, yeah. It's definitely cooled off quite a bit since then. It's a lot more manageable now. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I feel bad for the people that live in Lytton. It's really terrible what they have to go through now. The town is just decimated. It's like there's nothing. It's all just ash and everything's just burnt. It's crazy. Yeah, it really sucks. Okay, what have we got next? We got to put the little tail fin on, because that's next on our little diagram here. I already have that painted. The dark gray on the top and then the light gray on the bottom. It's going to go right there. Feels like a nice tight fit. So I might not have to even tape it or anything like that. Once you get some glue on there. Do I even need glue? It's going to stay just like that. Glue will help it go in its hole a little easier. I'm finally coming down to my last build before I finally build the Argo from Star Blazers, which is basically Space Battleship Yamato, depending on where you are from and where where you saw that show. I also have a little TIE fighter to build, but the Space Battleship Yamato has been waiting for probably 2 months. It stares at me every day saying, when are you going to build me? When are you going to build me? As I've been slowly going through all these military planes. It's going to be next. Now we got a little railing that's supposed to go on the side here, but it will not do since we have the tanks on there. This railing is supposed to go here. But we've put the tanks on, so basically that railing is not going to be there, and that's why they have a little question mark in there. To give you that option. Say, hey, there's an option, you might want to put it, you might not want to. So now we're going to go with a bunch of pieces on the bottom. It's going to be a little bit tricky to keep this thing upside down without breaking anything off, since we just glued everything on there. I think I want to maybe balance it a little bit. I think that'll work. That should work fine. So we got a couple of railings. We got a little light that goes on the bottom, a little bar that goes on the bottom. Of course, they're wanting me to paint it that yellow or olive color, because Revell is assuming you're painting this all the green camouflage colors of the German version, and I've been going with the typical gray of the US Marines. So I have already painted everything gray, although I'll have some touch-up to do later. I want number 96, and I think that's this one here. Yes. I am going to wind up going over this whole entire thing in the gray again, just to cover little spots that get missed as we go along. Yeah, Alder Grove is not far from me. I'm actually right near. Siren would shut up. I'm right near the Vancouver airport, so not very far. Aldergrove is maybe about a 25-minute drive from me, something like that. So we got this piece. Now in the diagram they show a designated spot for it, but I'm not really seeing anything in the mold. The actual bottom of this that has any indication of the exact spot it's supposed to go. So I get to just make that up as I go along. Something's on fire, yeah. You know what? Living here by the airport, I hear sirens go by 10 times a day. And you never know. They can have a slight little emergency just at the airport, and they send out an emergency vehicle just to check it out. Sometimes it's police, sometimes it's just a fire engine, sometimes it's an ambulance. You never know. But yeah, good 10 times a day. I'll hear sirens go by on the highway just outside my house here. It's just the way it is. And then, you know, we have a fire hall that's right close to us. And of course, you know, anybody calls 911, they always send the fire and ambulance, right? That's just standard procedure. And yeah, we'll hear the fire engines take off and they'll roar down the street. 10 minutes later, they're coming back. It's like just common practice. It's just the way it is. Number 93 is some kind of little rod looking thing that I don't know what it's for. So I gotta find that. She's by the border. Okay. Is that 93? Yes, it is. This little guy. Not sure what he is, but I want 95. I'm assuming it's going to be here. 92, 119, and then 100's all of a sudden. 96, and then 115. Oh, there's 95. And then 94 is a big long rod. That's 104. 94, I do not see 94 on here. She lives right on the border. I think I told you before, I lived by number 5 near the tunnel. Oh yeah, 40 years ago. Wow. 5 road by the tunnel, well, I think that's probably about the same. I mean, I've been living in this house for over 30 years anyway, and I haven't seen much difference as far as number 5 road goes. Pretty much the same. I think they got a new temple of some sort down there, but that's about it. There's 94. This one is it hid. Here we go. 94. Okay. Yeah, in Richmond here, not a lot has changed as far as residential areas, like number 5 road. It's more centralized stuff like number 3. That's been changed a lot. Basically, you know, this might sound racist, but it's the Asian community here has grown so large in the last 20 years that Caucasians are now a minority here. They're no longer the majority. Asians are now the majority. And when I say Asian, I mean Chinese. not saying anything that there's anything bad about that. You know, I'm not like one of those people, oh, they're taking our jobs or whatever. You know what? If they can work, then so be it. They create jobs, they bring money to the economy. No problem. No problem. Okay, so I get to make up where this all goes in. Now I do have a little spot that it asked me previous time. It wanted me to drill this little hole right here, right there. If I can get it right there, right there. Now why that hole is there, I don't know. I can only assume there's something that's supposed to go in there. They haven't shown it to me yet. Although, going 2 pages ahead, we're just going into the decals and rotor blades. Nothing more on the bottom. And yet, what they're showing me to put on the bottom here, nothing goes in that hole. Why did they have me drill that hole when there's nothing goes in there? This, they want me to just put on the side, kind of like there. This is gonna just magically go back here somewhere. This magically goes in some spot up here. And then this light goes just kind of boink like that. Because they haven't, they're showing me on the bottom here, but they're showing me a lot more detail on the picture than what I actually have on the model. Although, I am going to cheat. I know it's the first square, and so as the first square, I'm going to do that. Doink. Little dot. That's where that one's going. Then we go 1, 2, third square back. 1, 2, third square back. The light goes there. Okay. And then right on the other side, they want that little hook thing. But I'm going to put that hook thing right in the dead center. Because I'm contrary to the instructions, I am going to assume they wanted me to drill the hole so that it could put the pin for this in that hole, which they're not showing me on here. And then that little rod goes not in that same square, but one back from this. So not in this one, but right there. And it's going to go right there is the very first one. So there I've lined it up. So I've got my reference marks of where these pieces are going to go. Okay, so we'll get some glue. The hell, there it is. Just lost it in my little grid here for a second. So there's that first one. Next, we will do the light. The light's going to be nice and simple. Comparatively. Just going to plop it down there and it's good to go. Our little wire rod thing. Which is going to go in that hole. which again, I don't know why. They had me drill that hole, and then they don't want me putting anything in it. Back in around 2000, I noticed I was taller than everyone. I was shocked that a neighborhood I grew up in became all Asian, and I really felt like a foreigner. Yeah, it's kind of like that. And I mean, their influence in the town has really grown to the point where architecture and building and stuff like that has really gone really a lot more of the, I don't know, it's like an Asian thing where you got big sky-rise buildings, but the first floor is all commercial stuff, stores and things like that, but then you've got 15 floors of all residential, right? It's all just apartments. And that's becoming more and more of the norm that you see in central part of Richmond. Again, there's nothing against it other than the old school way that we do things when it comes to stores and things and commercial areas. You'd have a store with a big parking lot, right? And maybe, you know, a mall or something like that. A huge parking lot around it with tons and tons of parking. But nowadays, you've got this store or this building with very little parking, or maybe you have to go underground and pay for parking. And that's what they're doing. And they're going more and more. That's becoming more and more the norm. Now, if you were to say go on, I don't know where you are now, but probably if you go on Google Earth or whatever, Google Maps, and you look at the city and everything and how it's changed over the years, less and less parking everywhere. And that's just what they're doing as this city has grown, right? I remember a big influx years ago with the East Indian community. Yeah, well, there's still a big East Indian community, especially on like number 5 road, like more eastern Richmond. There's still huge East Indian community there, but the Asians really have just expanded everywhere, and that's kind of the way it is now, right? Of course, there's groups on Facebook like Richmond Learns to Park and Richmond Learns to Drive and stuff like that, but because there's so many Asian people here that they never really learn to drive very well, and they don't follow a lot of the rules when it comes to parking and stuff like that and whatever. Well, you're in Germany. Well, yeah, no wonder it's so late in the day or early in the morning, however you want to put it. There's our little railing. I'm not sure what that railing is supposed to be for. I don't remember if the instructions for this show what each part is for. There was one build I was doing recently, but the book showed what every part was and what its name was. I don't remember if it was the Revell or not. I'm going to go not. Maybe it was a Tamiya one. It showed what every piece was. It listed each one and its name. But it's not this. It doesn't do that in this. Okay, so next we've got some stuff that goes on the back end. Again, they want me to paint it all that olive color, but I'm not. It's all going gray. And it looks like it's all going to come off of this tree. We want number 78, which are these little roundy guys. That's the technical term for them, is roundy guys. Put you there. else we need? Number 76 and 77. I think that's here. This is 77 over here. It's this guy. Now I need 76, which looks like a hook of some sort. But where it is another story. Not on this tree. I don't see anything on this one. Looks anything like it. Nope. And I'm going to say nope. And no. So, number 76, and it looks like a long stick. Parking's always an issue, eh? Yeah, it might be a universal thing. Looking for number 76. Number 76, where are you? Number 1. 78, 73, 94, except for this piece. I bet I could throw this little tree away. 76. Oh, you know what? I've got one over here. I bet it's here. You're hiding on me. Yes, you are. Right there. Just remember, being in Canada, you have the best chocolate bar in the world, the Coffee Crisp. Yes, I do like that one. That is a good one. I'm assuming you don't have the Coffee Crisp in Germany. Only found it there once. Maybe you can get it on Amazon. They ship anything everywhere, right? You might have to resort to Amazon if you're feeling like in a Coffee Crisp mood. Speaking of Amazon, I just ordered a model display stand for aircraft. It's like this. Comes with this piece here, so you can actually link more than one together. If you bought 2 or 3, you could put another one here, or you could have them all over. And they come with all these. They come with 3 of these guys, and you can just put them there in these holes, and you can display multiple aircraft on them however you like. You just cut a hole in the bottom of the fuselage, and you can do that. So I ordered this thing on Amazon thinking, oh, that'd be kind of cool. I'll get some smaller aircraft models and maybe I'll put them together all on one display. And this package shows up and it's from Korea. And I was like, I don't remember ordering anything from Korea. And, well, little did I know, the company was actually Academy, which is a Korean company, and Amazon just had it shipped directly from that company to me. So, you know, you can get stuff from Amazon from all over the world. So, I'm sure you could get Coffee Crisp from Canada through Amazon, if you're willing to pay the price for it, I suppose. That always is a factor, right? Plenty of things I'd order if I could. Cheesies, Nanaimo bar mix, oh, moose meat, yeah. Yeah, you know, it's funny. You try and describe what a Nanaimo bar is to somebody who's never had one. And how do you describe it? Because it's not a chocolate bar, it's not cake, it's a weird mix of stuff, right? Japanese Amazon site, yeah. Yeah, I've seen like people down in the States trying to figure out, or somebody trying to describe an Nanaimo bar to somebody down in the States who's never had anything like that. Super sweet chocolate deliciousness. That's true. That is true. We want this going in there, and it doesn't even fit properly. I tell you, Revell really, they don't disappoint me in the amount that they disappoint me, if that makes any sense. I know if I'm building a Revell model, the fit is going to be shit. You can see just in the video right there, the fit between these two pieces is just, it's garbage. And the amount of detail I'm willing, and work I'm willing to put into this particular model, I couldn't be bothered trying to fill all that in and make it perfect. It's just not worth it. Especially considering I wound up having to glue all this in when it's supposed to be able to be opened up and fit the Jeep that comes with it. Shit. Doesn't help when the thing sticks to my fingers. Okay, there. Some of the newer stuff. Yeah, you know what? It's funny. I thought this was a newer model, but then inscribed right on the bottom of this tail fin. What's the year on this thing again? 1985. So they've had this mold since the mid-80s. I had no idea this was that old. It's crazy. I think, yeah, reboxes or not, yeah. I think that's what they did with this, is they just reboxed it. Put a skill level 5 on it. I mean, it's just crazy. It says 2020 Revell. So they made this particular version in 2020, but the mold is from 1985. That's insane. Okay, so we got a little roundy things that are supposed to go on the side there. Where on the side do you go? You go in front of that piece there. And once again, there's no distinct marking for where it's supposed to go. So, again, I'm just making this up as I go as far as where it's supposed to go. Where'd my tweezers go? There they are. This guy here. Okay, so there's one side, and I will try to put the other side in the exact same spot. What is it that Yoda said? Do or do not? There is no try? Well, still gonna try. I want to go right there. Don't play with this. Still trying to be happy. I think I got some success there. Not this. So I accidentally touched it. Now it's stuck to me. Failure. Okay, stay there for a sec. Okay, let's try this again. You were going to be happy right there. So let's just keep you right there while I play with this one. Use this one to get in there. Okay, better. Move this around a little bit, so I want to just put a little extra in there. So I didn't mean to move it, but I did move it. Okay, so there we go. Got those on. Now, obviously, I'm going to have to paint all that, but that's okay. I'm just going to let this sit like that for now. Okay, actually I'm going to move that out from under there. let's see what's on the next page. Wants me to next is putting a bunch of stuff on the front end here. A couple of little pieces. 108, 19, and 110. Let's find where those are and what they look like. I think it's this one here. There's 108, 110, and 109. So number 109 and 110 are just kind of little, I don't know what the heck they are. Little knobby looking little things. There are 4 of them there, plus a number 108 right there. But I want to let these pieces dry for a few minutes so that I'm not accidentally bumping them and moving them in places that they don't want to go. So we'll just give it a couple of minutes. Hoping to get the decals that I ordered for this thing early next week. They're being shipped USPS, and of course as soon as they get to the Canadian border and are in Canada, the tracking now becomes unavailable, and I can't track it through Canada Post. So it has come through the border. It was at a, the tracking shows, it's at a Canadian facility, passed through customs. So maybe Monday the mailman will bring it. Maybe not Monday, maybe Tuesday. It's kind of a crapshoot. Don't know for sure exactly when it's coming. But I don't want to get to a point where, hey, I'm all done and finished with this thing, and I have no decals for it. Because 109 and 110 look very similar. So I'm just going to take 109 off first. After. Been waiting all week for something from France. And all it says is it's on its way. Yeah, and especially these days, you know, shipping and receiving, everybody seems to be delayed. It seems like it all kind of started when that ship got stuck in that canal or whatever. That just seemed to screw the whole world when it came to shipping. I mean, COVID's bad enough, and what it has done to everything. I had local hobby stores have Tamiya paints back ordered for 2 months. And it's like, oh, that's great. You're out of light ghost gray, and that happens to be the color that I really need to spray paint this entire model in. And you have none? That's awesome. I guess I'm not building this one yet, you know. But it is what it is. I wound up ordering some light ghost gray from a company over in Toronto. I think it was Toronto. It was in Ontario anyway. Paid like frickin' it's bad enough that these things cost like 14 bucks Canadian each, but then you pay 20 bucks shipping, and that sucked. But I needed it, and I didn't want to wait anymore, so it's kind of, well, if you want it, you got to pay for it, right? Okay, let's put this kind of on an angle like this, so I don't accidentally touch all that stuff back there. Let's look at the nose on this thing. So they want 110 down on these lower parts here, and they want 109. They want one up here and over here, and 108 goes right in the middle at the top. I'll take a close look and see. So basically I've got 109 and 108, so I'm going to go across the top here basically. See if I can tell if they have distinct marks for them. And they do not. It is absolutely no detail as to where exactly they're supposed to go. That's fun, fun, fun. But they do have a completed picture right here by my thumb that I get a good idea of how it's supposed to look when they're all on there. A lot of little stupid panels that I need to glue along the side here that they could have easily just molded in. Oh well. Let's see, so that's going to go in the middle there. They almost look like little weird nipples. Let's see, Amazon Prime free shipping is definitely spelled. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, especially there are, you know, it's weird because there are things that Amazon Prime, I've never experienced ordering something early in the morning and getting it same day. I've never personally experienced that. I've heard of people getting that, but yeah, that would be freaking awesome. And the fact that that's even available same day is just incredible. So this looks okay. Okay. Just checking how that's going to fit if I just try and put it on as is. It looks like it'll be okay. So okay, there's one. Two. Looks good enough. Okay, number 110, which are basically the exact same thing as 109. Okay. And they go bit down closer here. Okay. And what it looks like in the diagram is these ones actually kind of point out. Like that. Like they're sitting like this. So that's what I'm going to do. Put them on kind of like that. Looks good like that, I think. I imagine inadvertently I will bump the front end of this thing and knock them off and send them flying somewhere at some point. And yeah, thanks, Cuffster. You have a good sleep. Okay, so we've got a little piece that's supposed to go down on the bottom here. Number 111. Number 112 that's supposed to go in that little divot there. And number 111 is for a particular version. So let's look at 111 and 112, 13, 15, and 14. Now these were actually loose, so I already have that one ready to go. That's the little pre-drilled holes that are back here. It's for that, goes in there just like that. So that one's easy. Could actually just put that on the other side since I know where it goes. I might as well do the other side too while I'm at it. Get in the hole. Snap. It works. It's in the hole. Okay. Those two mystery pieces have been sitting here for a long time. I now have gotten rid of those. Number 111, 12, 13, and 15. Are you all on here? All on the same tree? Well, there's number 112. Here's 112. 11, 12, 13, and 15. 13. 113. There's 111. 11 and 115. 70. Oh, there's 115. 150. Okay. So we'll get out number 112 here. 11, 12, 13, and 15. Okay. So I'm going to check something here. What's going on there? I don't know. Okay, I want to check something before I go on. Just bear with me a moment here. I need to check something. Back here, oops. Okay, all right. Now, where do these pieces go? It's showing me this side first. So 111 goes right there. There's already a hole for it, so that's nice. I need to trim that off. Shit. Are you lost forever? No, you're on my foot. Okay. So I already know how that's going to go on there. They have not molded it in a nice way that makes it easy to put on. It's kind of dumb. So the piece actually goes over this panel, which in theory would open, but then you've got this piece sitting there. It looks stupid. It doesn't look right. Number 112 goes up in that little spot there. And you are 112. Okay. 113 goes where? It doesn't show me where. It shows me 113 sitting there with no line as to where it's supposed to go. That's awesome. So I'll move on to number 115. At least number 115 there's a hole that it goes in right there that it's showing me. It's fucking right there, and that's it. So 113, where are you gonna go? Do you show me on the other side? It actually does. It shows me on the other side that it goes into a hole that's like right here, and there is a one right there. So that's where I'm going to put it. Like I said, these are all things that Revell could have totally just put into the mold rather than making the modeler put them on himself. Okay, so I am just going to duplicate this all on the other side. Okay. Okay. Now, on the other side, it was number 120. I think that's the only one I got left to put on is 120. Yes. Same spot that kind of covers up a panel for apparently no reason. It is what it is. Okay, those are done. Now there are more that need to be done, because we have now a bunch of stuff that goes on the back. All these little pieces. Let's see here. Oh, we've got two that go on the front and the top here too. Number 61. I think they saw them over here maybe? Yes. 60 and 61. cool if one was left and one was right, but they look like they're the same mold. Exactly. And so I don't think it's going to differentiate a left and a right. But they also didn't do a very good job with the mold. And I'm going to have to trim away some stuff, otherwise it's not going to fit properly. So this one should be okay now. This is the kind of piece that, as a kid, I would have broken it trying to get it to fit on there properly. Trying to trim this down. I totally would have busted it off. No. The amount that I have to do to get this, that it's going to sit in that spot properly, I still just might break it. Okay. So, tweezers. Spot. Give it a second. Still don't fit properly. So little tab that they have on the bottom, I'm just going to remove it completely. Okay, that one's done. Now that I know it's not going to fit properly, I'm going to get rid of this tab ahead of time. There's a little groove that they've molded into the top there, that a little tab on the bottom of this is supposed to fit in there, but it doesn't line up with that tab properly, so thanks again, Revell. With the tab gone, it fits perfectly. Okay. Now, moving on to the rear. Let's see what we need. Just a second here. Okay. I want to have a drink. I tried soju for the first time tonight, and I'll say, I can't even compare it to anything. It's like drinking strawberry flavored vodka, but not anywhere near as harsh. Soju is like, I don't know, you could say it's extremely strong beer, or you could say it's extremely weak vodka. It's somewhere in the middle of that spectrum, right? This one happened to be strawberry flavored that I tried, and so it was good. But after drinking just one little bottle of it, I felt like I'd just finished 3 beers because it's 12% alcohol. It's crazy. You can see why Koreans can drink people under the table pretty easy. If they're used to drinking that, like beer, yeah. Anyway, so I want number 116, 117, and 118. Oh, and they're nice, and they show me how they line up on there. How they're supposed to line up all nice in a row right there. Boop, boop, boop. Just like that. How does it go? It goes like boop, 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 boop. 116, 17, 18. 117, 118, and 116. All nicely. I keep putting these on and then I have to take them off. It's making me mad. That's 116. $117. $118. 16 goes in a hole, 17 goes in a hole, 18 goes in a hole. Are there 3 holes? Oh yeah, they are. Boo, boo, boo. 16, 17, 18. Just like that, right? 16, 17, 18. Yes. Nice. 116 right here, baby. I wonder what purpose these all serve. I mean, there's definitely a reason they're all on here. Shit, where'd you go? Almost lost that one. That one. Finally, don't. Just don't. Let's show me how they're supposed to go. Yes. And I did that one backwards. So, boink, off you come. It's going to look a little shitty with the glue on there now because the pin in it is designated for a specific spot. But once I get a coat of paint on there again to clean it up, it'll be fine. Get in the hole. What's the matter? Are you too good for your home? Alright. There we go. So those 3 are on. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. I'll have to do the other side. Bear with me a moment. It's already been, oh, it's already almost 7:30. this one. Now that I know the way it's supposed to go, I won't screw that up on this side. Or maybe I will. Fuck. The hole has been corrupted on this side. Piece of shit. Okay. Managed to salvage it. Stupid piece of shit. Last one. Excuse me. There we go. Done on this side too. And show you on the better camera. Right there. I don't know if the camera's better or not, but okay, so we got our little nibbly knobbly things on the front, including our two little antennae. Piece here, knobbly thing there, knobbly thing there, knobbly thing there. And then our three knobbly things there. We got our little loop-de-doops on the sides there. Boop, boop. And our little, I don't know what the hell that's supposed to be, but that's on there. Let's see what's next. I think what's next is I'm going to have to paint all that before I get too much further. So got that on there. Next page. We got a little, that weird looking thing there. And a weird looking thing there. Number 121 and 122. 121 and 122. Now I already know what one of them is. I'm just going to find it. There it is. This is 122. No, that's 121. Learn to read. I'm trying to read. I'm trying to learn. 121. It's that guy. I need 122. 122 is like a little round thing. I don't know where it is. 122, where are you? 120. Ah, there's 122. It's just a little round doomahickey. Okay. They go on this side, up here. So, the little round guy goes in that little indent. That's nice and easy. They gave me a nice definitive spot for that one. Again, a piece they totally could have molded in there themselves. But decided, hey, let's make the modeler put it on. And then this guy. He looks like he's got a special little mold, but he's also got some flashing on him. this one doesn't seem to have quite this specific little spot. Kind of just sits there. Not quite sure just exactly. They just tell me to put it there. Okay. Just like that, I guess. All right. So be it. There we go. There's that piece there. Yeah, you. It's right there. Okay, now we got a little tail fin. Oh, and they measure out 187 millimeters from here to where you put it. Number 123. 123. This little guy right there. Oh, and you broke off on me on half of it already. Right. 87 millimeters from the tail is where this goes. It's very unusually specific, Revell. Oh, and it doesn't go in the very middle, it goes on the side. $87 millimeters, eh? I can do that. Put my glasses on, only to take them off right away again. Right there. $87 millimeters. Put it on frickin' backwards. There we go. Little fin on there now. Right there. 87 millimeters from here to here. As requested. Next page? Yes. Next page. We're going to work on the rotors, on the rotor blades. Rotor blades are next, but that's going to be next time. So I'm going to call it quits for today. In the meantime, I've got painting to do. I have to paint all these little kibble bits that I have put on today and get them all the proper color gray. But that's it. So I will do that off stream because, well, anybody can paint. And next time we will work on the rotor blades. So that might be tomorrow, but it might not be till Monday. It's going to depend on how things go. Plus, I still want to wait for, I don't want to get this done and be completed and not have any decals to put on it. Because that's going to suck, because if it's going to take a week for my decals to show up, well, I don't want this sitting completed except for decals. Especially since the next thing is putting the great big rotor blades on. Yeah, I don't want to be competing with these things because these are big. I've already painted them. I've painted them black already, except for a little tip where I had them held together. But you just think that's basically the diameter, how big they're going to be, and that's a lot to work with when you're trying to put decals on this huge rotor blade on this thing. So I want to wait. I can assemble them and have them put together and have them ready to actually plop down on this thing, but I don't want them actually on there when I'm trying to put decals on it. So there's that. Just guessing, it's going to be my next stream might be Monday. Just throwing a guess out there. I don't know for sure yet. But yeah, I'm just going to leave it like this. I already have the tail rotor, if you've noticed, sitting there. It's ready to go on. Right there. I don't know if there's anything else to it. Nope. It's just going to go doink onto that pin. This little pin, which is a pain in the ass to try and turn. So I hope it's going to turn out okay. But I might wind up, this might just be glued on there permanently. I don't know. We will see. So yeah. So that's that. We've got some progress done anyway. Putting a little bunch of little things on there and on the bottom. It's all ready to go. Yeah, just need some paint to match it all up and get it all colored the same thing, especially those pieces there, little white pieces that are there. Yeah, so we're, the end is in sight. We're almost there. We're getting close. So, we're going to leave that there for now. And thank you for watching the stream. Thanks for coming out. I'll do my usual plug. If you want to watch how I got up to this point, I've got videos on YouTube. You can check out my YouTube page, duplicitous_29. That is wrong. It is just duplicitous space 29 on YouTube. Yeah, check it out. Watch my videos. If you like them, give them a thumbs up, subscribe. That helps me out. And if you want to see still shots of my previous builds, which includes other stuff that I built even before I started videoing any of this, you can check out my Instagram. That is duplicitous_29. I do have Twitch. Twitch, obviously, I'm on Twitch right now. What I meant to say is Twitter. I do have a Twitter account also, but I'm not really on there much. I don't really use it much. I'm just, I don't know, I'm not a tweeter very much. So I don't really go on there. Obviously, if someone were to send me a message on Twitter, I would receive it, but I don't really go on there much just to check things out. But it's there. If you happen to be watching this on my YouTube page, there is a link to my Twitch, where obviously I stream this stuff live. And as you can see in the box here, I can talk to you and you can ask me questions. Why are you doing it this way? What the fuck is wrong with you? Pardon me. Yeah, so there you go. So once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming out. And yeah, we will see you all next time. Yeah, we'll see you next time, guys. Thanks again.